In the world of the bold and the beautiful, weddings are never just weddings. They're battlefields, stage plays, and ticking time bombs all rolled into one. And this time, the bride is Brooke Logan, the groom is Ridge Forrester, and the unexpected wildcard is none other than Steffy Forrester, freshly returned from her time away. Will she simply attend her father's big day, or will she tear it apart at the altar and expose a scheme so shocking, it could change everything? For weeks, Los Angeles has been without one of its fiercest, most unshakable players. Steffy Forrester, heiress, strategist, and daughter of Ridge Forrester, vanished from the daily drama, retreating into a quiet life with her children. Officially, she was taking time away, a break from the firestorm that followed the Luna Nozawa scandal. And officially, she was gathering her strength. But now, that sabbatical is over. And Steffy isn't returning to fade into the background. No, she's coming back to make waves, to take back control of the Forrester family narrative. The whispers in the fashion houses and the backrooms are all the same. When Steffy steps into the scene again, she'll do it with the kind of entrance that silences a room. And the timing could not be more explosive. Her father, Ridge, is about to marry Brooke Logan, the one woman Steffy has never been able to accept as a permanent fixture in his life. The Italy incident was the breaking point for Steffy's patience. Seeing Ridge ready to pledge himself to Brooke yet again feels like the cruelest déjà vu, a cycle she has sworn to end. Steffy's mistrust of Brooke isn't a sudden spark. It's a slow-burning fire that has been smoldering for years. She's watched, time and time again, as Ridge's promises to Taylor crumbled under the pull of Brooke's influence. Every reconciliation between Ridge and Brooke was another cut, another reminder that Taylor's heart, and Steffy's hope for her parents' reunion, was just collateral damage in an endless triangle. The announcement of this wedding didn't just upset Steffy. It felt like a betrayal. Taylor's engagement to Ridge had barely unraveled before Brooke was once again standing in the bridal spotlight. The swiftness of it stung, and to Steffy, it spoke volumes. Ridge hadn't taken time to reflect, to heal, or to truly choose. He had simply fallen back into Brooke's arms. And while Steffy can admit Brooke didn't engineer the boating accident in Italy, she knows perception is everything. If she can weave doubt into the story, if she can hint that Brooke's presence was the spark for the chaos, it could sway Ridge, or at the very least, plant uncertainty in the minds of the wedding guests. Because in Steffy's mind, this isn't just about saving her father. It's about ending a cycle that has already hurt too many people. But Ridge Forrester is not a man easily swayed once his heart is set. He's lived through decades of love's volatility with Brooke, and still, he sees her as the woman who understands him like no other. For him, this wedding isn't reckless, it's redemption. It's the chance to put an end to the uncertainty, to claim what he believes should have been his all along. The plans are in motion. The date is set, the venue chosen, the flowers ordered. Invitations have been sent, including one to Steffy, despite her open disapproval. Some might see it as a peace offering, a father's hope that his daughter will show up to support him on his happiest day. Others might suspect Ridge knows exactly who Steffy is, and that if she wasn't invited, she'd show up anyway, ready to speak her mind. Ridge believes nothing, not family disapproval, not bad memories, not even Steffy's fiery opposition, can stop him from saying, "I do," to Brooke. But if there's one thing Steffy Forrester is known for, it's proving people wrong. At first, Steffy leans toward a quiet rebellion. She imagines herself far away on the wedding day, sending a message simply by not being there, a silent protest, dignified and unmistakable. It would be her way of standing with Taylor without making a scene. But the longer she thinks about it, the more that plan feels hollow. Staying silent won't protect her father. It won't stop him from walking down the aisle into another emotional disaster. And if she's not there, she won't be able to act when it matters most. Her mind shifts. If she wants to truly change the course of this wedding, she needs to be there, in person, in the flesh, with a voice that can cut through vows and music. But barging in unprepared would only make her look desperate. If she's going to stop this union, she needs something undeniable, a weapon strong enough to make Ridge hesitate before he says, "I do." So Steffy starts digging. She goes over the Italy trip, looking for overlooked details. She reaches out to contacts, listens to whispers, searches for inconsistencies in Brooke's story. And one night, after hours of chasing loose threads, she finds something. Not just a petty grudge or a lover's quarrel, but a thread that, if pulled in public, could unravel the entire fabric of Brooke's perfect bride image. The rumors are slippery, coming in fragments. A hushed conversation overheard at Il Giardino, a text message Ridge was never meant to see, a name linked to Brooke that raises questions about loyalty. Some of it ties back to the boating accident in Italy, some to choices Brooke made immediately afterward. The most dangerous piece? A hint that someone, maybe Brooke herself, maybe an ally, maneuvered events to steer Ridge back to her side. If true, it means his decision to marry her wasn't entirely from the heart, it was guided, perhaps manipulated, by unseen hands. Whether it's rock-solid truth or carefully constructed suspicion doesn't matter. Steffy knows the power of a well-placed reveal. In B&B history, even a shadow of scandal can derail a wedding before the rings are exchanged. And Steffy plans to bring more than shadows, she's bringing storm clouds. By the time she's finished preparing, she isn't just Ridge's daughter anymore. She's his unexpected prosecutor, ready to stand in front of the crowd and lay out the case against this marriage, with passion, with evidence, and with a precision strike designed to change the ending of this love story. The day arrives with all the glamour Forrester weddings are known for. The venue is bathed in golden light. Rows of immaculate flowers line the aisle. Guests murmur quietly, waiting for the moment Brooke will once again become Brooke. Brooke steps into view, radiant and flawless, the picture of bridal perfection. Ridge's eyes are locked on her, full of conviction, as though nothing could shake his resolve. The officiant begins to speak. And then, the sound of the heavy double doors slamming open. Gasps ripple through the crowd as Steffy strides in, the train of her sleek dress trailing behind her like a battle flag. Her eyes are locked on Ridge, her pace deliberate, each step echoing in the silence. She stops midway down the aisle, facing her father but making sure everyone in the room hears her first words. "This wedding cannot go on." The room freezes. Brooke's smile falters. Ridge's brow furrows. Steffy speaks not just as a protective daughter, but as a woman who has lived through every twist of this decades-long triangle. Her voice is steady but charged with emotion as she warns Ridge that he is about to make the biggest mistake of his life, one that he will regret sooner than he thinks. And then, like a blade slipping between armor plates, she drops the bombshell. The secret, the scheme, the terrifying plot, she has uncovered. Her words hang in the air, heavy, dangerous, impossible to ignore. The wedding that moments ago seemed unstoppable now teeters on the edge of collapse, and every guest knows they're about to witness history in the making. The room is a battlefield now, though no one is holding weapons, at least not the kind you can see. All eyes are locked on Ridge, waiting for his reaction. Will he trust the daughter who has stood by him through countless storms, believing every word she says? Or will he see this as another desperate attempt to sabotage his happiness with Brooke? And Brooke, will she defend herself right there in front of the guests, unleashing her own arsenal of words? Or will she plaster on that practiced smile, bide her time, and strike back when Steffy least expects it, away from the watching crowd? Then there's Taylor, somewhere beyond the spotlight. If Steffy's revelation hits its mark, could this be the opening she's been praying for, the second chance she's never stopped hoping for? Or will it rip open old wounds that never truly healed, dragging her back into a war she swore she'd never fight again? One truth remains unshakable. This is no longer a wedding. It's an open declaration of war, fought not with rings and vows, but with secrets, betrayals, and the unbreakable loyalty between a daughter and the father she refuses to see hurt again. And in Los Angeles, love isn't just a feeling. It's a weapon, and in the wrong hands, it can destroy everything. Stay tuned, because the second Steffy Forrester stepped through those doors, the rules changed. And nothing, absolutely nothing, will ever be the same again.